Okay, so let's talk about the perfect work week, perfect work day in real estate. Why do only 13% of real estate agents make it in real estate after 5 years? Because they have a daily and weekly plan. And they build businesses that they enjoy coming to even when life gets hard. So I'm gonna lay out a daily plan that if you implement it and you stay in it 80% of the time, then you will have a guaranteed success formula. So let's get into the daily plan. Number one on your daily plan is you don't work from home. I want you to get into an office. I want you to eliminate the distractions that come with home, and I want you to transform from personal to professional. You stay at home, you don't transform. You stay at home, you have distraction. Number one, I want you to get out of the house. Number two, I want you to prepare to be at work on time and dressed for success. That means you need to have an established start time to your day and an established time at what time you start getting ready at your home and what time you enter the office. This needs to be a clearly defined work start time. For example, 8:30 a.m. Next, you're gonna spend your first 30 to 45 minutes of your day, example, maybe 8:30 to 9:15. I want you to review your calendar, check your email, record a new voicemail greeting, print out your calls for the day so that you don't have to have your computer on while you're making them. I want you to look at your to-do list and make the delegations for each item on your to-do list, and then put the due dates on the to-do list items so you have a set day that they're due, and then I want you to put them on your calendar. And if you need to designate them to somebody else, I want you to review your meaning and your purpose and why you're doing real estate every single day. That gives you the energy, and then off you go. You notice there that I didn't say that in that 30, 45 minutes that we're gonna play solitaire, that we're gonna go on the internet, that we're gonna watch YouTube videos. No, I just told you what you do in your first 30 to 45 minutes to get prepared. Next, if you have a team, you're gonna do a team meeting. Maybe it's 9:15 to 10 a.m. In that, you're gonna review the previously delegated tasks and see if they were completed or if they need to become completed. You're gonna delegate new to-do list items. You're gonna review transaction management, listing setups, and see if you have enough lunches set for the week ahead. If not, you're gonna have your assistant plan those for you. Next, calling hours. That's gonna be your 10 to 11 a.m. time slot. In this, you're gonna set your calling hour time and not going to break it. This is your most important hour of the day. Nobody bothers you. There's a note on your door that says do not disturb. You gotta have your reason for calling and print out your calls. For example, if you're trying to meet financial advisors, then you're gonna call and you're gonna have conversations and you're gonna say, just out of curiosity, who's the best financial advisor that you know in town? I want you to pull those names out of the relationships that you already have, and then I want you to go meet those relationships. Next, you're not gonna leave your computer on during your calling hour. You are going to turn off all of your distractions. I want you to use a 5-minute sand timer and keep the calls short. Don't make these half an hour, 1 hour calls. That's your 10 to 11 time block hour on your calendar. Next, I call this my gratitude hour. This would be from 11 to 11:45. In here, we're gonna be writing personal notes. We're gonna be sending out thank you gifts that we need to send out. And do those in conjunction with our assistant. But you wanna make sure that you have gratitude in your business. 11:45, boom, we break. You're on your way to lunch. Maybe you gotta break a little bit earlier if it's a long ways away. At this lunch, it's gonna be from 12 to 1. You're gonna always eat with a referral partner or a potential future referral partner. Never eat alone. Always have a specific restaurant that you eat at and know what you wanna eat going in. That way you're not spending time looking at the menu. After that, we're gonna check our email, voicemail, and text. If you have to drive back to the office to do that, that could be between 1:30, maybe 2 o'clock. After that, you're out of the office, you're in the field. You're doing buyer's tours, listing appointments. That is your time between 1 and 4:30, 5 o'clock. If you don't have a listing appointment or a buyer's appointment, then you can do a milk route to your database or a local business owners. You are in selling mode and relationship building mode, but you are out of the office. You can also, in this time, check in with your team. Check your voicemails, emails, texts in this time frame between 4:30 and 5:30 p.m. And maybe you need to respond to any communications that have come up. In this time frame, you also want to update your daily tracking form so that you know how much activity that you did for the day and how much time did you spend in your green time. Next is weeknights. So you might have optional weeknights on your calendar, but you're gonna have to have these clearly established time blocks for evenings that you might work if you had work that you needed to do. And if you're gonna work 2 nights a week, then clearly establish which nights that those are and what you're gonna do. You can do personal notes, accounting, listing appointments, buyer's appointments. Clearly put in there what would constitute you having to work a weeknight. Next, weekends. Clearly establish which weekends you're gonna work and what are the start and end times for your weekends. And don't break it, especially if you have a family. If you are gonna do an open house on 2 days each weekend, then you need to make sure that you have a day plan to take off next week. If you work 11 days in a row, you will hate what you do very quickly. And your interaction with your team and your clients is gonna show up. You need to be very planned out about your weekends and you need to stick to your guns. If somebody calls you on a Saturday, it's your day off, and they say, hey, would you show us a $4 million house? Then you look at your calendar, you find out which time blocks do you have available to do that, and you ask them if one of those times would be available. If they say, we can't, absolutely not, we're gonna have to choose another agent, then you look at your family and you make a decision. You either go or you spend the time with your family. So, hard decision. Next is on the weekends that you do open houses, you need to make sure that you have energy in the tank come Monday. So whatever it takes you to get recharged from shutdown open house to Monday, you got to do. But just know it's a hard transition sometimes from those open houses to Monday. If you'd like to get better at time management, then consider getting a coach. A coach will hold you accountable for your time. And a good coach will also help you craft a strategy for using your time effectively. If you got something out of this video, then help me by subscribing to this channel. And if you want to apply for coaching, then click the links in the comments below.